Hi students, good morning. Let us continue our civics first lesson, the Constitution of India. In our last two classes, we almost the introduction and three small topics related as the Constitution we completed. Now, next you remember the next side heading and the topic is the Preamble of Indian Constitution. Once again, listen the Preamble. Preamble means it is the introductory part of the Constitution. The ideals of the Constitution are embodied in the preamble. It is mentioned there. It is known as the introduction or the introductory part of the Constitution. And the preamble of the Constitution of India reflects the aims and objectives of our Constitution. Indian Constitution's preamble. From the preamble itself, we can understand that the aims and objectives of our Constitution. And it has two purposes are there. The preamble of the Constitution of India serves two purposes. The first one, it indicates the source from which the Constitution derives the authority. The source from where we adopted this Constitution or the content of the Constitution, like that way it is mentioned there in the preamble. And the second purpose is it states the objects of which the Constitution seeks to establish and promote. The objects of the Constitution, it is mentioned. The two purposes of the preamble of the Indian Constitution. Remember, the introductory part of the Constitution is known as the preamble. Okay, next is the nature of the state or our Constitution. The preamble of the Indian Constitution has defined the nature of the state in India. It is different points are there. All points are very important points. So all one separately want to study. Anyway, the nature of the state or the Constitution's nature also mentioned there in the preamble. It is starting with it means the Constitution of India derives its power and authority from the people of the country. The Constitution of India's Constitution, the preamble starting with this word, we the people of India. It is starting, the first word is like this way, we the people of India, and it is showing the importance of the people of India. It indicates that the Constitution of India has been made by the people of India through their elected representatives in the Constituent Assembly. So more importance are giving to the people of India. That is showing from the word, first word, it is known as the we the people of India. The next term it is mentioned there, it is sovereign. The meaning of sovereign or the term sovereign refers to the independent authority of the state. It is completely free, independent. India is not at all another or under the clutches of another supernatural power or nothing is there. It is showing that the independence or the complete freedom of our country. The term showing sovereignty. It is a sovereign country. The government has the supreme power to legislate on any subject without any external interference into its internal affairs by any other country. No one can control India's internal affairs. We, the people of India, and we have a ministry and we have a government, everything inside the country, it is deciding. That power is known as sovereign. Next is socialist. The term socialist refers to the economic and social equality of the country. All people, that has been ensured of the Constitution of India by inserting the word socialist in the preamble of the Constitution. It is added by 42nd Amendment. It was in 1976. So 1976, 42nd Amendment, we added this term in the preamble, socialist. All people are equal. Economic and social equality of all one. Next it is the term secular, which means it is inserted in the preamble of the Constitution by the same like as the socialist 42nd Amendment, and it is mentioning that India is a secular country where the state does not uphold any religion as our state religion, and every citizen of India has the liberty to profess and practice and propagate any religion of his or her choice. We can choose our own way itself. We can believe our own way itself at any one of the religion. And the country does not favor or promote any particular religion, and it does not discriminate against anybody on the basis of religion. And this has been ensured by incorporating freedom of religion in the fundamental rights. Once again, completely remember or finally remember the complete freedom of any one of the religion. There is no official or state religion in India. All religions are equal. That is showing the word secular. Remember. Next is the term democratic. India has a democratic government. That means the people of India govern themselves through the elected representatives in the parliament at the center and the legislative or legislative assembly of each state. These representatives are elected after every 5 years through universal adult franchise. Now we all were experienced the 10th December in our district also. We know that the election was held, so that will be happening every 5 years. So remember that power is showing, the representatives are electing by the people of India. That power is showing as the term democratic, and also by the voters or vote of all the adults of 18 years and above according to the principle of one man one vote. No discrimination is made on the basis of sex, caste, creed or religion. There is no discrimination or disparity showing on the basis of this way. All are equal. All one, those who have 18 years or above, those one have the voters ID is there or identity card is there, they have the right is there to do the election or vote. So remember that all one, I know all one experienced about this term. And the last term it is added there in the Indian constitution or the preamble, it is republic. A republic, it is a state which does not have a hereditary king or queen but has an elected head. We know in our country the head of the state, that is the president, is elected by the members of the two houses of parliament. That means our Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha and the state legislative assemblies. His term of office is 5 years and he is not a hereditary head as in other countries like Great Britain, and where the queen or monarch is the head of the state. We know that after 5 years, our present president is Ramnath Kovind. His period will be ending. When after that, next president will be elected. We will elect the next president. So it is not a hereditary power. One by one, electing by the parliament and the state legislative assembly members. So that power showing or that term it is mentioning as republic. So remember students, the nature of the state is very important. It is starting with we the people of India, and these terms all are very important: sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic. Read the textbook very well. Okay, thank you.